Can you use your student work experience towards your immigration application? If yes, which applications will your student work experience work for? Does it have to be in Canada? Does it have to be outside Canada? All questions about student work experience and Canadian immigration we're going to answer today. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Dhruv and I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I help prospective Canadian immigrants in their immigration applications. Our firm's contact information is right here. Feel free to contact us regarding anything related to Canadian immigration. Talking about the student work experience, a lot of you guys work as students, be it part-time work, full-time work if the immigration allows you to do it. And you wonder whether you can use all that hard work you've put in during your student years towards Canadian immigration. Let's talk about that in detail and talk about all the common applications in Canadian immigration and see whether you can use your student work experience towards those applications or not. To start with, let's start with Express Entry. It's the most common, most sought after Canadian immigration program. For Express Entry, there are two things. One is meeting the minimum requirements for the program that you qualify under, be it the Federal Skilled Worker Program, be it the Canadian Experience Class, or be it the Federal Skilled Trade Program. And the other thing is the CRS Score and whether the experience gained as a student will impact your CRS Score or not. First, talking about the minimum entry requirements. For Express Entry, any work experience gained as a student in Canada or abroad counts towards the minimum entry requirement under the Federal Skilled Worker Program. You can see it on the screen over here. This is the Government of Canada website, and it clearly states that any work experience gained while you're studying in Canada or abroad can be counted towards meeting the minimum requirement to enter the Federal Skilled Worker Program. That is meeting the minimum qualification requirement. Any student work experience does not count towards the minimum entry requirement for Canadian Experience Class or the Federal Skilled Trade Program. Now moving on to the second part, that is the CRS score and whether your student work experience would count towards calculating the CRS score. The simple answer is any student work experience that is gained inside Canada will not count towards the CRS calculation. So it's clearly written in the Government of Canada website here that Canadian work experience gained while being a full-time student will not count towards the points. However, any work experience that is gained outside Canada as a student will count towards the CRS points. So to make it clear, student work experience inside Canada will count towards the minimum entry requirement of Federal Skilled Worker Program, but will not count towards minimum entry requirement for CEC or the Federal Skilled Trade Program. Any student work experience gained while you're studying in Canada on a study permit, you cannot count it towards points. But if it was obtained outside Canada, so for example you were working as a student while studying back home or some third country, then you can count it towards the points under Express Entry. So that is it about Express Entry. Now let's talk about some of the common programs under which your student work experience can be used, and you can use it as a qualifying work experience for these programs. The first program is Nova Scotia PNP Skilled Worker Stream. This is a common program. Under this, if you have worked as a student in a similar occupation under which your job offer is, you can use that student work experience. For example, say that you were working as a food service supervisor as a student in a Tim Hortons, and now you move to Nova Scotia and get a job as a Tim Hortons. If you were working full-time or part-time and you've met the 1 year work experience requirement under the Nova Scotia Skilled Worker Stream, as a student work experience that you gained while you were studying and at the same time working as a food service supervisor, you can use it towards the Nova Scotia Skilled Worker Stream. Another common program where you can use your student work experience is the Atlantic Immigration Program. You can use the work experience gained while being a full-time student towards meeting the experience requirements for Atlantic Immigration Program, provided that experience was gained lawfully, you were authorized to work, and you had the required authorization, you can use it and qualify under the Atlantic Immigration. All other programs, it depends on the immigration program that you're targeting, but these are some common programs. So for Express Entry, for Nova Scotia PNP, and for Atlantic Immigration Program, we've discussed whether you can use your student work experience or not. If you are here in Canada as a student and you're targeting one of these programs, maybe you want to make those student years count, get work experience that is relevant and that will help you to target one of these programs in the future. So that's it today, guys. I hope you were able to understand some parts about how you can utilize your student work experience and whether you can or cannot utilize your student work experience towards your immigration application. Thank you again for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon. And I hope I'll see you in the next video.